Hi, I'm Ana Kertesz and this is How to Live It. Are you wondering how you can keep a healthy mindset while you're searching your best self and going through change? Today we're going to talk with Sheilah Crowley, who is here. She's the founder and CEO of The Summit, which is a coaching company focused on helping people get unstuck and reach their fullest potential. She's going to share with us a simple 3-part mantra that can help us think about what are the attitudes we can help as we embark on our next journey and search for our better self. Thank you, Sheilah, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you. So what are these 3 best practices you mentioned to me?
You said it so well. What we're really aiming, the umbrella of this kind of successful mindset is a growth mindset, right? So you're looking up and out. You're not feeling limited by past friends, anything other in the environment, because you own this growth mindset. And so the first pillar of that is to keep your ego in check, which sounds a little bit, what's that mean? What it means is, for example, when somebody's feeling defensive, they might go into like denial mode or, kind of irrational mode. And that can happen. So for example, if I gave you an assessment, right? And it was like a strengths assessment, and for whatever reason you didn't agree with it, somebody who's not keeping their ego in check would be like, way over focused on that and lose sight of all the other things that they can learn, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So just paying attention to that, particularly when you're trying new things, particularly when you're feeling vulnerable. The second mindset, which I think is really important and so important no matter what you're doing, whether you're going corporate or you're doing your own business, and particularly with your own business, is this idea of being a continuous student of life, right? So you're just constantly you're like hungry for learning. And with that, you're going to be current, right? You're going to be competitive if you're at your own, it's an obvious statement, but a lot of people kind of just like, once they have their business up and going. But this is an extremely competitive environment. The gig economy, you and I sell toothpaste and you're going to win if you're really, if your technology is better than mine, all that kind of thing. Yeah. So really, I always encourage people, no matter what, to learn how to learn online, because the democratization, right, of information is a plethora for those of us on the receiving end. Yes. So I think continuous learning is definitely the second pillar.
So on the 3-part mantra for, having a good attitude for success, you mentioned keeping your ego in check and being a good continuous learner. And I love these 2. What's the 3rd part of the mantra?
So the 3rd pillar, which actually is one of the more important ones because we've lived this life to date, is kind of reimagining your past, right? Not letting your past get in your way, but to bring forward the assets that that you have built along your past and move forward, right? So for example, if someone said to you, let's say you're starting a company and you have to do some writing, right? And you've been told all your life, not all your life, but let's say your school life, which is very impressionable, right? We're told like you're just not a writer. Well, when you're a lone sole entrepreneur, much of your job is writing. And so your ability to flex that muscle again, you have no idea. It's 25 years later and you're starting to write again. We all know that we can learn anything now. So your ability to take hold of something that's an opportunity and not let your limiting beliefs from your from your past get in your way.
I love this. Very powerful. As we're embarking in some type of change, I think retrieving our confidence is one of the most important aspects of it. And we often question who we are and we lose the sight of our self-confidence, right? Mm-hmm. How do you think this exercise can help retrieve that?
So confidence doesn't grow on trees, and it doesn't come down in a laser moment. Confidence is something you build over time. So for example, if you're somebody who's trying to step up and out, you've been raising children for 10 years, or you just haven't been employed for 10 years, and you're thinking about starting a business perhaps, taking those micro steps that we've talked about before, that micro moment of a habit, and getting in front of other people who are in the same journey, perfect start, right? But what happened there is that you took an action. And the most important thing about confidence is that you have to keep taking actions, because every time you take an action, then your cup gets full. Like, I could do that, right? I can go to that event and I'm fine. I can talk to my neighbor about what they do. I'm fine. It's not your comfort zone, but allows you to build your own confidence. No one else is going to give it to you. So
Yes.
you need to build it for yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. Thank
Yeah.
you, Sheilah. What a great conversation. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you. We were here today with Sheilah Crowley at How to Live It. Thank you for joining our family. And I love what you said in the very end about confidence. And I do think everyone that confidence is what really matters. And the only way to build confidence is through action. So that was very good advice. Sheilah shared with us a 3-part mantra to help us keep our attitudes for success and help us keep a healthy mindset as we're embarking on a new journey. The 3-part mantra are basically keeping your ego in check, being committed to being a continuous learner, and always reimagining your past. So thank you for being here, and go out and live it.